it's Hailey, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some books that I want to read this summer. So as June is drawing to a close, so is spring. We are getting to summer, and I have a pretty good stack of books here to talk about. So during the summer, I really like to read books that are light and fluffy, quick and easy, just something that I can like read outside by the pool, that sort of thing. So I've got a lot of like contemporaries and romances here that I'm really excited about, and I'm filming this very early because of my moving. So by the time you see this, I will have actually already moved, but I don't like, this kind of depends on what I end up reading in the next couple of months because I'm filming this at the very beginning of May. So assuming that I am able to get to all the books that I really hope to, this is what I hope to get to in the coming months of summer. But without further ado, let's just get into it. So I just wanted to pop in here for a second to thank the sponsor for today's video, Function of Beauty. So I have worked with them many times in the past and I love their products. So all I have in my hair today is Function of Beauty. I have the shampoo and conditioner that I used, and then I also used the leave-in conditioner. And I've been having so much fun with putting the little stickers on these and making them all cute. I love how customizable it is. Like, you can have your name on it. And just in case you guys aren't exactly familiar with how it works, so for the shampoo and conditioner, you can take a quiz and it just takes like 5 minutes, and you build your hair profile, say what your hair goals are, and then you will be given a shampoo and conditioner according to that. So you get to pick 5 goals, which it's so hard to narrow down, but I was able to do it. So for my 5 hair goals, I picked curl definition, lengthening, deep conditioning, and shine. And I am so happy with the formula. Like, it definitely helps out with the curl definition. I feel like my hair feels and looks healthy, and it just is such a great, like, I've never been disappointed. I will kind of switch up my formula for the seasons, and I am never disappointed with it, honestly. I also love the little extras that they have. So this leave-in conditioner is so awesome. I love putting like a ton of it in right when I get out of the shower. So that paired with the moisturizing shampoo and conditioner, I end up with really hydrated hair. Also, not only do you get to put your name on it and customize your formula, you also can choose the colors. So I decided to go with this really pretty like pinky red. It's super nice. And then this yellow I think is so cute for summertime. I really love this combo. So if you guys were interested in checking out Function of Beauty, which I definitely recommend, it's so nice to just be able to like pick exactly what you need rather than using a million products to try and achieve all of my hair goals. I can just input it and then I get exactly what I need just in my shampoo and conditioner. So you guys can click the link down below to save 20% off of your first order. So I hope you guys will check it out, and thank you so much once again to Function of Beauty for sponsoring today's video. So first up is a book that I pretty much have been saving for summer all year, and that is You Have a Match by Emma Lord. So this is by the author of Tweet Cute, but it sounds perfect for the summer because it's actually set at a camp. And to me, like, I've never really been to a summer camp, but to me when I think of camp, I think of summer. So it seems appropriate. But this is about a character who, she does a DNA test, and apparently it's something to, like, it makes sense when you read the book, but obviously I haven't read it yet, but it's something to impress her crush. But in doing that, she ends up finding out that she actually has a sister, and when she goes to this camp, she meets this sister. So that is the whole story. It's a romantic story, obviously, but also is going to have a little bit of sisterhood in it as well. Now, I really enjoyed Tweet Cute, especially the writing style. She had such like a witty and fun way of writing the characters and the whole story that I cannot wait to read something else by this author. If it has writing that is anything like Tweet Cute, I'm sure that I am going to enjoy it at least a little bit. But definitely intrigued to hear more about this book, find out more of what it's about, because I'm not exactly sure entirely what to make of that synopsis. Also, this cover I didn't realize until I was looking at it online, but it's actually like made out of paper. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like construction paper almost. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, that's that's just a fun fact for you. Next up is another book that I have been saving for summertime, and that is Stay Sweet by Siobhan Vivian. So this is set at an ice cream stand, and this ice cream stand has been around for generations, and every summer the local girls, they are the ones who run the ice cream stand. But this year the founder of the stand has actually died, and they end up sending in her like great nephew or something like that to help with running this ice cream stand. So it is a romance story set at an ice cream stand, and like, I don't know what else you could really want for summer. To be honest, hot take here, I'm not really a fan of ice cream. I like peanut butter chocolate ice cream, but that is like pretty much it. I definitely don't like vanilla ice cream. Like, I could definitely go for some chocolate cookie dough, but usually it's vanilla with cookie dough, and I don't like that. I just don't like vanilla. But peanut butter chocolate, for sure, I like that. But I also am never really craving ice cream. Like ice cream cake, not a fan of it. But I do like the idea of like having this ice cream stand and having it every summer be run by all the girls of this town. And now we have, obviously, the nephew is going to come in and kind of shake things up a little bit. So I think this does seem like a great poolside read. Next, I actually have a couple of fantasies, and those are the only fantasies that I have on this TBR. So first off is Fable by Adrienne Young. This is like a nautical sort of fantasy because it's about a girl who she ends up on this island, like her father abandons her on this island that is very dangerous, and she has to try and find her way off of it. And like, she thought she was going to take over for her father as a traitor, but basically because she's a female, he ends up abandoning her there, so she has to try and fight to survive. Now, something about a fantasy that is set on an island and like the nauticalness of it definitely just makes me think that it would be the perfect kind of read for summertime. I don't know, like something about, you know, boats, all that stuff. I feel like it makes sense. I don't know why I'm over explaining it, but I think this is a really interesting and unique concept for a book. Like, she's literally abandoned by her father on this island and like has to try and fight for herself. Like, I just want to know more. I've heard some pretty good things about it, so we shall see. And the other fantasy that I have here is one that I've actually had for a really long time. Like, back when my boyfriend and I started dating 2 years ago now, I asked him to pick out some books for me to read for a video, and I just never ended up getting around to it. But this is one of the books that he picked, and that is Nocturna by Motayne. So this one, like, there's not really a particular reason why I think it would be perfect for summer, except for the cover. The cover just makes me think of summer. That like tile thing, like, I don't know what it is about it, but it makes me think of summer. But this actually deals with a face shifter, and I've only read one other book with a face shifter, which was Wolf by Wolf, so I loved it. But this is definitely different because it's a fantasy story. It's also based on the author's Dominican heritage, so I think it could be really cool, and I'm eager to finally read it. Next up is Tys That Tether by Igharo. So this is actually by a Nigerian author, and she's also Canadian, so that's amazing. But this follows a character who lives in Canada too. So she made a promise to her dying father to find a Nigerian man to spend her life with. And now in this story, she finds herself starting to fall for a guy that she knows will disappoint her family and isn't what her father wanted for her. So obviously there's going to be a lot of conflict there. Like, she has to kind of try and decide between what she really wants and disappointing her family, or making her family happy but not really being with someone who she truly loves. So I think this is going to be a really emotional story for sure, but I also think it has the potential to be an adorable romance. I love the cover for this. I haven't really heard too much about it, but it definitely is one that I have been looking forward to getting to ever since I picked it up. Next up is The Unlikelies by Carrie Firestone. So I have read one book by Carrie Firestone in the past, and it was very different, and this one also has a very different concept. So the other book by her is The Loose Ends List, and it was set on this cruise where like the main character's grandmother went on this cruise to die. So you can see that she kind of comes up with different concepts. In this case, it's actually about a character who she ends up saving a baby, and then there's this group in her town of Good Samaritans that are just going around and like doing good acts all the time. So it's a summer of her being a part of this group, saving other people. Like, her act of kindness ends up going viral, and then she joins this group, and I I don't really know what to think of that. Like, it seems really unique, but definitely the cover is giving me all the summertime vibes. I think it is so adorable, and I just feel like this could be really interesting. Next up is You Had Me At Ola by Alexis Daria. So this is an adult romance that I have had for quite a while now and just haven't gotten the chance to pick up, but I think summertime, it's gonna be the time for me to finally do it. This is actually set against the backdrop of a telenovela. So it follows telenovela stars who they end up falling for each other, and it's like just that drama-filled world. Like, I think that concept sounds absolutely amazing. Once again, beautiful cover, like obsessed with that, but I hope that the inside is just as good. It definitely does sound like it has the potential to be a really great summer romance. Next up, I have a couple of books by the same author that I just haven't read yet and I would like to try and get to soon, and that author is Sandhya Menon. So here I have 10 Things I Hate About Pinky, and then there's Something About Sweetie. So I've had these ever since they came out and I just haven't picked them up yet. I don't know why, because I've read her other two books. I do have another book by her actually on my TBR, but I've read the other books in the like When Dimple Met Rishi series, and I don't know why I just haven't picked these up yet, but they definitely are like the fun, cute, fluffy contemporaries that I always gravitate towards during the summertime. So in 10 Things I Hate About Pinky, not We Hate About Pinky, this one is about a character who's really into social activism, and then There's Something About Sweetie is about a plus-sized main character. So definitely going to be really fun reads. Looking forward to hearing all about their love stories because Sandhya Menon really does write some great love stories. Next up is a book that I was actually sent unsolicited, but I've kind of been saving it for around summertime, and that is Once Upon a Sunset by Marcelo. So this is by the author of The Key to Happily Ever After, which I read last year, and that is a book about sisters and they run this wedding business. It's an adult romance, but it was more so like I didn't find the romance to be the central topic of it. So I'm kind of thinking it might be the same thing with this one. But this is an own voices story. It features a Filipino main character who is actually going to the Philippines for the first time to try and connect with her family that she's never really known. I think this is going to be a story about like finding yourself. The character is going through grieving. Her grandmother has died. She's just been through a breakup. So I think it's going to be a really transformative period for her, but she also is getting to know her family a little bit more and getting to know, I would imagine, her culture a little bit more as she is in the Philippines. And I think that sounds great. It sounds like it could be super good, like maybe a little bit more emotional, but I tend to like those reads, as you guys probably know. And the final book that I have here is Simmer Down by Sarah Smith. So this book actually also happens to feature the Filipino culture because the main character, they have a Filipino food truck, and it's basically about like rival food trucks, but then there's also kind of a romance going on there, but it's set in Maui, so like that just seems like it's perfect for summertime. And the idea of this food-centered romance, I'm super into that. I love the fact that it's like this British food truck versus this Filipino food truck. I just think that sounds so great, so definitely eager to finally read this one. Okay, and those are all the books that I am hoping to read this summer. Like I said, that's kind of just the tip of the iceberg, if you will. There are actually some books coming out. I totally forgot I wanted to mention the new book by Emily Henry. What's it called? It's something travel, something People We Meet on Vacation. That one I for sure will be getting to this summer because it sounds perfect for summer. It's about a travel writer. It's a friends to lovers story. Everything about that sounds absolutely amazing and like the perfect summertime read. So for sure I'm going to try to get to that one. But there are a lot of books that are coming out this summer that I think will also find their way onto this list. These are just the ones that I have right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please do let me know if you have read any of these books, your thoughts on them, or what books you are hoping to get to this summer, like depending on what kind of genre. Do you have a specific genre that you tend to gravitate towards in the summer? Do let me know. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another one soon. Bye!